Hi everyone. So we've got the Northumberland Plate on Saturday, and I've had a look at it, and I think there's a few that catch my eye, away from those at the head of the market. Now, Trushan has been reported by Alan King that is very likely to run. Rajinsky, there's plenty of positives about Rajinsky, especially his third in the Chester Cup behind Cleveland, who finished second at Royal Ascot, and Coltrane, who won at Royal Ascot. So the form's good. I think up fourth was Arcadian Sunrise, who unfortunately passed away after another great run at Royal Ascot. But Trushan and Rajinsky have both run in Northumberland Plates before, both been beaten off lower marks. So I had a look to see if there was anything at a bigger price that caught my eye. And I think there's three, but I think only two of them will get in. The first one I want to talk about is Island Brave. Now, Island Brave actually ran in this race last year, finished fourth, did alright. Actually got disqualified after placing third, got dropped back to fourth for hampering Rajinsky. Now, Rajinsky wasn't going to win that day anyway, in my opinion. I think Island Brave was actually going in front when he hung across. Now, that came off a mark of 100 for Island Brave. He would run here off 98, so £2 lower. When we're talking about just a couple of lengths and it all being so close, £2 could be massive. Especially as Rajinsky's now higher in the weights, Trushan is higher in the weights, and yet Island Brave beat both of those and yet is a bigger price than both. Now I know recent efforts haven't been that inspiring, but maybe they've had a longer term plan, and maybe this has been the longer term plan. Island Brave does have form at the course, has got 2 wins over the course and distance, the 2 mile at Newcastle, has also finished 5th, 4th, 5th and 5th. I think the key with Island Brave is there needs to be more patient. A couple of the wins have come when waiting out the back. I think they were too prominent last year in the Northumberland Plate, too anxious to get involved, and that paid. He paid for it right near the finish. I think if they can wait and just make an effort turning into the straight and be picking up through horses, I think that would give Island Brave a much better chance, and I think he'll go really well. And he's actually a decent-ish price. You can see you can get 33s, 25s in lots of places. So I think he can certainly run well. I don't know who's going to ride. Heather Main is quite happy to use apprentices, and if you took another £5 off, you got a really good apprentice and took £3 or £5 off, I think that would give Island Brave a massive chance here personally. So it'd be interesting to see what they do, and I think the ride is all important for Island Brave. The second horse I want to talk about is Who Dares Wins, and I'm just going to reload that. There we go. It's Who Dares Wins. Now, he's currently number 15 of 20 in the race, so he will get in. And he could run here off 95. If you actually look further back here, he won the race here in 2019 off a mark of 101, £6 higher mark. Now, okay, he's not been as good a form recently, but I think, again, he's very dependent on the ride. Even over hurdles, I think his best efforts come when he's weighted with, not when he's ridden forward. 2 runs ago, over hurdles at Newbury, he ran a really good race, finishing second, I think it was to Vive Le Roi, over 3 mile over hurdles, when he was weighted with. They went to Haydock and they went prominent. They sat just behind the leaders and it didn't work. I really think they need to wait on Who Dares Wins. And it could be that we get Tom Marcon back aboard, and if he gets the tactics right, I think Who Dares Wins has got to have a great chance. When he won the Northumberland Plate in 2019, he was weighted with, he came through and he was strong at the finish. I think they've got to be using that side of Who Dares Wins again, if they want to go close. I think it's also interesting that they didn't go to the Chester Cup, they didn't go to Royal Ascot. I think they've just waited maybe for this race. One more go maybe, because he is 10 at this race, and then see what happens. He is 33 to 1, comfortably 33 to 1. The final horse that I want to talk about that I'm not sure he's going to get in is Wise Eagle. If he doesn't get in and he runs in the Consolation race, I'd be very, very keen on him. So he is jocked up already for the Consolation race. Paul Hannigan's on board. The reason he might not get in, he's number 30, only 20 get in the plate, so he would need 10 to come out. But he's got some really good form at Newcastle. His form over course and distance actually reads 1-2-1-8. His 8 came in the conditions race recently at Newcastle, went behind Earl of the Cotswolds. It wasn't a handicap, so he wasn't getting any weight, and yet he was significantly lower rated than most of those against him. In a handicap, getting his correct weight, I think he can go very, very close. He's won twice, as I said, and he's also finished second to Prashima. Well, Prashima is 3-1-1 over course and distance, including finishing third in Northumberland Plate. So I think that's really good form. And yeah, I would be really keen on Wise Eagle. If Wise Eagle sneaks in at the bottom of the plate, he's not going to go off what he is at the moment. I think he's like 33s at the moment. He's down here. I think out of those three, if Wise Eagle got in, he would be the most confident. He would be my most confident selection of running a big race. I think he wants the all weather. He loves Newcastle. He travels well. You know, the only poor run he had was when he was completely. You know, he had no chance because it wasn't a handicap. In a handicap, getting all the weight, I think he would go very close. But as I said, if he doesn't get in the main race and gets in the Consolation race, I'd be very keen on him for the Consolation race as well. So there's 3 potentials for the Northumberland Plate. 2 I think will run. I think they'll run well. Island Brave and Who Dares Wins. I want both of those ridden quietly. And Wise Eagle, whichever race he turns up in, I think will go very, very close.